Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. They seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
It's the crazy thing about the video, right? Is
this is a problem, Jay Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street, you failed. You failed. I'm telling you this.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. We got a little bit of straightening going on.
This isn't just some regular industry beef. This is a full-on war that's been building in silence until now. Mase just dropped a bombshell. He exposed a private phone call between Jay Prince and Takeoff, something nobody saw coming. And now, Prince is losing it. I'm talking threats, damage control, the whole meltdown. But it doesn't stop there. Mase didn't back down. He clapped back and said things about Prince that many people have been thinking for a long time, but were too scared to say. And all of this is happening while the streets are still demanding answers about what really happened to Takeoff that night in Houston is still suspicious. Missing footage, silenced witnesses, and the same two names keep coming up, Jay Prince Jr. and DJ Pat. Now with this private call exposed, everything changes. Here's the real kicker. If what Mase said is true, then Prince isn't just guilty of bad PR, he might be hiding something much deeper. And before this video is over, I'm gonna show y'all the receipts, witness tweets, video clips, podcast threads, bail cover-ups. People on social media are already calling Jay Prince a fake community leader, a cartel-style fixer, and even accusing him of having blood on his hands. So buckle up. This isn't your average YouTube drama recap. This goes all the way back to Takeoff's final moments, the mob ties connection, and why Prince is panicking now that the wrong person is speaking out. Here's what went down. Mase had been staying cool for a while, but once Prince started throwing subliminals on the $1 million worth of game podcast, the gloves came off. Mase and Cameron had been quiet about the Houston situation for months, but apparently Prince crossed the line. According to Mase, he heard a call where Prince was allegedly talking to Takeoff just hours before his death. And what Prince said on that call wasn't some big brother advice. Mase claims Prince was pressing Takeoff about behind-the-scenes loyalty issues in a way that sounded threatening.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking. I don't get what you mean. We're not your little. It's like for real.
This wasn't just a respectful disagreement. Mase basically said Prince has been moving shady, trying to control the story behind the scenes. And once Takeoff stopped playing along, things went left. And the timing. That's what really has people shook. This alleged call supposedly happened the very same night Takeoff was killed outside that Houston bowling alley. A dice game, an argument, shots fired, and just like that, Takeoff was gone at only 28 years old. Once Mase spoke out, Prince completely snapped. He jumped on social media, threw out veiled threats, and even doubled down on his old comments where he shaded Offset for not being there for Takeoff. He reminded everyone, remember this, you weren't really there with Takeoff when he was alive.
You wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. Know what I mean?
That's what sparked the whole Offset versus Prince drama, with Cardi B even stepping in to back her man. But now that Mase is speaking on this private call, Prince is scrambling for damage control. The problem is, it's way too late. The three streets have been talking, and people are tired of the silence. One fan on X put it perfectly. Nobody respects Jay Prince after Takeoff died on his watch. And here's where people really started side-eyeing Prince and his whole mob ties empire. After Takeoff was killed, it didn't take long for Patrick Xavier Clark, aka DJ Pat, to get arrested. But here's what doesn't sit right. The dude was able to post a $1 million bond and walk straight out of jail like nothing happened. Real quick, almost like somebody with serious power didn't want him sitting behind bars too long. And remember, the internet's been buzzing with claims that Jay Prince actually walked right past Takeoff's body that night and said, "Don't ask me none about that." Even crazier, Jay Prince Jr. actually requested to have his name removed from DJ Pat's bond condition paperwork. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. They were all together that night, so why remove his name? Nessie's trying to distance himself now that all eyes are on him, and it's not just DJ Pat. Remember Cameron, Joshua, aka Lil Cam Fifth. He got picked up on unlawful weapon charges right after Takeoff was killed, and he's tied directly to Mob Ties Records. Somehow, dudes connected to Jay Prince Jr. keep ending up in the middle of body bags. Yet Mob Ties is still out here acting like they're the victims. Nah, the streets ain't buying that anymore. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Before takeoff, we already had a warning sign with Duke the Jeweler. He flew into Houston, checked in with mob ties, played some dice, and ended up dead. Same formula, same silence, and once again J Prince's name floated in the background. Y'all remember that footage of J Prince telling his shotgun man to fall back? That was strange, almost like it was coordinated. It's starting to look like a pattern now. Bring rich artists to Houston, make them check in with mob ties, play some dice, an argument breaks out, security stands around clueless, and then somebody ends up dead. After that, Prince comes out with one of those fake deep statements about black-on-black violence and grief being the price of love. Man, miss us with the PR. Where were y'all when blood hit the pavement? And to this day, not a single Prince showed up at Takeoff's funeral. That's not suspicious. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe it's because they allegedly have blood on their hands and deep down, they know it. J Prince Jr. even tweets stuff like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures." But if you knew your guests weren't safe, why bring them into that setting in the first place? Why didn't you warn Quavo and Takeoff if things were already hot? If your check-in system can't keep people alive, then what's it really for? Reports say Quavo was actually arguing with J Prince Jr. right before those shots went off, and now, new clips show Prince brushing off the whole situation like his name ain't tied to it. Like Takeoff wasn't just murdered under his crew's so-called supervision. And right after J Prince took his shots on $1 million worth of game, Mase went nuclear. He didn't just defend himself, he came for Prince's entire reputation, live and direct. We not your little.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talk it. I don't get what you mean. We're not.
This wasn't just some small industry drama. This turned into a full-on war. Mase came out swinging, exposing a private call between J Prince and Takeoff. Nobody saw it coming. And the way Mase told it, that wasn't a Twitter post. That was a gut punch. He spoke for everyone who's felt controlled by this whole check-in system that Prince has been running for decades. And what made it worse? Cameron co-signed the whole thing. He didn't step in, he didn't disagree. He just let Mase cook, which is rare, because Cam usually moves careful. Now, fans believe Mase might have been sitting on that leaked call for a while, just waiting for Prince to slip. And boy did he. Meanwhile, Offset stayed quiet until J Prince tried to drag his name into it, claiming he was never really there for Takeoff. That's when Set snapped, and right behind him, Cardi B jumped in and made it clear they weren't scared of mob ties. And you know Cardi, she don't bluff. That was the moment fans realized this wasn't music politics anymore. Prince just got called out by one of the biggest power couples in the game. And now, his street cred is crumbling under a microscope. Big names are backing away. Drake, the same guy mob ties helped put on through Wayne and Young Money, has gone ghost on Prince Jr. since Takeoff's death. No mentions, no reposts, nothing. Jay-Z, same thing. Word is Hav hasn't answered any peace calls since 2023. And you know Jay, he doesn't argue in public. He just stops picking up the phone. Why? Because billion-dollar corporations don't want their brands tied to federal investigations, especially with all the rumors around the Takeoff case. Now that Mase is spilling behind-the-scenes convos, the silence isn't working anymore. The whole reason mob ties even had power was because of that check-in tradition, come to Houston, link with J Prince Jr., and you're protected. But now that whole system is collapsing. Duke the Jeweler checked in and ended up dead. Takeoff checked in and ended up dead. Now fans are tweeting, this is why nobody checks in anymore. The dudes demanding respect can't even protect their guests. Even Kali artists are calling it out, saying the whole check-in game is just a trap, a flex for local gatekeepers trying to look bigger than they are. And once Mase said out loud what everybody's been whispering, that Prince is just a failed street boss playing mob boss, the internet couldn't unsee it. But here's the real sketchy part. What happened to the witnesses? That night, over 40 people were outside 810 billiards and bowling. We've seen the clips, we heard the crowd. So why haven't more witnesses spoken out? Word is, some of them got threatened. People online are accusing mob ties of paying folks off, erasing footage, and making sure DJ Pat took the fall alone. And here's one of the wildest theories. J Prince Jr. was arguing with Quavo, and Takeoff wasn't even involved. But he's the one who got hit, which got people wondering, was it an accident or a warning gone wrong? Now it gets even crazier. Sources close to Mase and Cam say there's a chance that call between Prince and Takeoff was recorded. Whether it was by accident or someone on the line hit record, that audio might exist. And allegedly, Mase and Cam been holding it, waiting for the right moment in case Prince tried to pull something. If that tape leaks, it could expose everything. What Prince really said, whether he threatened Takeoff, whether he tried to pressure him into something he didn't want. And remember, this is Mase we're talking about. The same man who walked away from Diddy, battled the industry, and came back with a vengeance. If that call gets out, that's game over for Prince's image. That's the real mob ties indictment. And the feds. They're already watching. This isn't just rap fans anymore. Every time Prince or his sons hop on camera talking slick, someone's listening. RICO laws don't care if you're a rap legend. They care about alleged witness tampering, threats, and organized crime patterns. And when you've got Offset, Cameron Mase, and a whole fan base saying you've got blood on your hands, the labels can't protect you. The city can't protect you. And all those check-ins mean nothing once your name's on paperwork. Through all the noise, we can't forget what this was about. Takeoff, a peaceful dude, the quiet genius of Migos. Never about drama, never chasing clout, just bars, family, and vibes. The fact that his life got cut short over a dice game with people who claimed they loved him, that's the real tragedy. Prince dropped his condolences on Instagram, saying grief is the price of love. But the streets don't want to hear that when you let blood spill on your watch and walked away like nothing happened. What Mase did wasn't just clap back, he opened the floodgates. He showed that the fear surrounding J. Prince is cracking, that real ones ain't afraid to speak anymore, and that if Prince keeps trying to control the narrative, he might lose it all, from leaked calls to feds listening, to artists distancing, and witnesses going ghost. This story is far from over. Prince snapped, Mase clapped back. Now the whole world's watching. So drop a emoji in the comments, smash that like button, and hit subscribe, because trust me, I've got more receipts coming.